So today I've got the SMY 260 watt box mod. Comes in three colors, a black, a blue, and a red purple. Let's see. Use this to reflect against. There's the red purple. The blue. And then the black. They're all very high gloss. The front facing plate is that logo on top, the plus and minus, the SMY lettering on it. The top cap, not top cap, sorry, connection pin, it's copper, it's adjustable. Nothing on that side, just the seam of the box. It's the power button, vent holes with the SMY lettering, charging port, and some more vent holes. There is a place for screws if you choose, but it does have magnets and a little pad to press against the battery to keep them in there. Inside, gold-plated terminals, very stiff. You might want to press them down a little bit to get the flat tops in. I wouldn't recommend button tops unless you really push those things down. That's pretty much what they look like. It has a short circuit protection, low voltage, sorry, not low voltage, it does have that, but low resistance protection. If you put your batteries in correctly, it protects against that, a high current, and a high temperature protection. It's rated for 0.3 to 4 ohms, though I have fired a 0.23, I think it was on there, just trying it. All right, so 5 on. And then it shows the volts, the watts, ohms, nothing on there right now, and then the temperature and a puff count, 630, as well as the battery level indicator. 3 pushes get you into the menuing system. Plus goes down, minus goes up. The overtime protection is number of seconds you want, or max number of seconds you want for each range of wattages. And it will cut out that. It goes from 1 second up to a max of 2 seconds. Push the power button to get into modifying it. You can see the angle brackets, and then plus goes up, minus goes down. Power button to accept that, and then you can exit or go through all your other settings if you wish. Power off turns it off. Screen setting is how long you want the display to stay lit after you've finished firing it, 1 minute to a max of 10 minutes. I suggest 1 minute only because if your screen's on longer, it uses more battery life. The problem with that setting is, though, is that once the screen dims out, or sorry, it goes into standby mode and turns off, you have to hit the plus minus to unlock it. It goes into a locked mode. Vapor, oops, hit the wrong button. Vapor setting. Manual mode, you hit the fire button and it fires. Auto mode allows you to, for the auto vapor, it's the number of seconds you want it to fire. The auto pause is the number of seconds between firings, and the cycle count is how many times you want to do that. Again, like the other menu, you just hit power button to get into it. You get the angle brackets, and you change it to what your setting is, hit power to accept, and then exit. Puff info, which is the puff counter, the time, and and you can reset it back to 0. Could use this for seeing how long your batteries or different types of batteries you have last. Power setting. When you first fire it up, it's in normal mode, which is 5 watts to 80 watts. If you want to go into 80 watts to 260 watts, you have to select super mode, and it gives you a warning about 30 amp. Using 30 amp batteries, power to accept it, and then it brings you out. The device is the device info. And there it is. Power to get out of it. Do 4 clicks instead of 3. And then save preferences for anything you've changed. Save it for later use. Alright, so let's put an atomizer on. That's not the one I wanted to start with. I wanted to start with 0.38, and that's one thing I do like about this one, is it does go to 2 decimal points for the atomizers. And I'm going to set this at 50 watts. I lied. I'm actually going to set it at 75 watts. And then I do another one at 100 watts. And this is 0.38. And I wanted to do that at those settings so I could show you this one at this setting. This is 1.22 ohms. And what's nice about the higher watt box mods is that you can get the higher voltages to drive these higher ohm coils. So 1.22, it's 10 point, sorry, let's go back to the 75 watt setting. 75 watts, it's a 9.5 volt setting, which you can't drive with the lower wattage box mods. And then let's crank it up to 100 watts, which is coming out to 10.9 volts. So for those two that I showed, not super huge clouds, but I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in a good enough cloud for me, which those were, and then trying to extend the battery life. And got some calculations here at 0.38 at 75 watts. You're using 5.3 volts, but it's using 13.9 amps. The same 75 watts at 1.22 ohms is using 9.5 volts, but it's only using 7.8 amps. So that difference in amps there is how much amp pulse drawing from your battery, and the less amps you pull, the longer your batteries will last. At 100 watts, at 0.38, That's 6.1 volts, and that's a 16.1 amps. But at the 1.22 ohms, at 100 watts, it's 10.9 volts and only pulling 8.9 amps. So you're getting, going from 16.1 amp pulls to 8.9 amp pulls, you're getting quite a lot more battery life, which is the thing that I'm looking for. I mean, you get the boost already with the 3 batteries. You could go to a higher ohm coil setting, and you can make it last even longer. There's the lock I talk about. So when you let it go, it says lock, click plus and minus, click plus and minus, and there it is. So even though the 1 minute is kind of quick, it doesn't use as much battery life as the 10 minutes chart keeping the display up. Even though it's not that much power to actually keep that displayed, it's still drawing down on your batteries. So it is a bigger box. Obviously, it's 3 batteries. It's relatively hefty. There's the Sigeli 100 watt size comparison. Here's the IPV, which it was about, close to the same size as the 100 watt box mod. So there's those 2. Comes with a big case. Put your mod in on that side. It comes with a USB charger for charging the batteries, a coil, inspection sticker, several screwdrivers and an Allen wrench, a couple of screws, and a couple screws. Cloth to clean your displays, a manual, and then a old style swivel drip tip. So that's the 260 watt box mod. It's nice. I like it. I'm always looking for longer battery life. It's by no means a... Let's put it in my pocket. It fits in the pocket, but it's definitely larger, and when you put in the batteries, it weighs a little bit more. But I really wanted this for the higher wattage, so I could get the higher volts to run the higher ohm coils. I like the 1.2s. Might try a 1.5, see how that goes. So there it is. If you like longer battery life, you don't mind bigger box sizes, this is a very nice box to have. All right, thanks.